In this Game Guru video, I'm going to show you a little bit about ambient sounds. Now, I've created a simple level with a start marker and a little bit of a path and then a point of focus and a light source. So you'll imagine there's no description of sounds at the moment. All you hear is your footsteps as you walk along the floor. Apart from that, pretty uneventful. So I'm going to show you two ways to make an atmospheric sound. The first one is to create a zone. So we drop a sound zone into the level, extend the zone so it actually encompasses the start position of the player, so it will trigger the very second the game starts. Go to properties, and then if you select a new script called music in zone, and then you go to sound 0, go to atmospheric and select an atmospheric sound. What this script does, it will loop that sound over and over. So now if we actually run the test level, you'll hear a nice atmospheric sound, and that will just loop around and around. So that's how you create a nice ambient sound. In addition to your footfalls, you can now hear a nice spooky sound. But here's something else I want to demonstrate that isn't immediately obvious, that you can actually have a sound played when you get near an object, so something incidental. So to keep things simple, I'm going to select, say, a barrel and drop it down here. Now there's two things you can do. You can drop in another sound zone, extend the range to say all the way around the barrel, and then you can select a sound, and as soon as you get within the zone it starts playing that loop. But there's another way, more subtle, better, and I'm going to demonstrate that now. Go into the properties of the barrel, change the default script to one of your own creation. I've created one called soundtest.lua, so I'll select that, and I want to select a sound that loops well. Now I happen to know there's something in the miscellaneous folder called steam.wav, which is a sound effect of a steam hissing out of some rusty old drain pipe, but it's a good looping sound. It loops very well. So click apply changes, and before I run it to reveal all, I want to show you the script that I created. Now it might seem complicated if you don't know coding, but it's really straightforward in terms of logic. You have a flag here which essentially controls whether the sound is being played or not. You have a command here which gets the distance between you and the barrel. So as you get closer, that number will get smaller and smaller. As soon as that number is lower than 400, that means you're close enough to the barrel that you're less than 400 units away from it, and you've not actually done anything yet with the sounds. Then you actually trigger a command called loop sound, which basically takes that steam sound effect that I showed you earlier, and it just loops it over and over and over again. And then it sets the flag to 1. But in addition, once the flag has been set to 1, then you can start having some fun, because you've got something called set sound volume. And what that does, it changes the volume of the steam sound based on the distance from the player, you see. So we already have 3D sound built into Game Guru. That's done for you. That's normal. You can just drop in entities with sounds and the 3D sounds will just work. What this does, it allows you to create atmospheric effect, like when you get near something like a generator or a fire or something that you want to trigger an incidental sound. This is perfect for that, and the set sound volume can blend it in and out of the game experience. So that's what that does. And of course, as soon as you get further than 400 units, the opposite actions are triggered, which basically stops the sound and resets the flag. So that's all the script does. It's a nice simple program, probably a great one to start with if you're experimenting with programming for the first time. So without further ado, I'm going to demonstrate what it actually sounds like. So we're going to get our atmospheric music to begin with, and listen as we get closer to the barrel. So now you can hear a hissing sound, as if the barrel's ready to explode. So as we move away, listen as the sound fades. And it's as simple as that. Well, maybe not as simple as that. Obviously you're going to have to create your own script. which can be done in Notepad or any text editor that you choose. And as always, when you're making your own script, make sure that the name of the file, in our case sound test, is duplicated when you're describing the function name. So it's function, whatever it's called, underscore in it, and then whatever it's called, underscore main. And I'll probably post this on the forum as well, actually, so you can just get this script. It's the main forum, so go to game-guru.com, click the forum button on the top right, and then go into product chat, and you'll see a thread. We'll probably call it ambient sound script, and then you can get this script from there. So hopefully this video was useful. It showed you 2 different ways to create atmospheric sounds, and from this you can create some amazing soundscapes for your games. Thanks for listening.